Hello students, welcome you all in today's second session of sequences and series. In my previous class, we have studied the basic concept of sequence and series. We have also seen what is an arithmetic progression, how to find its nth term, sum to n terms of a series. We have done exercise 9.2 also. We have just started. 2 questions we have done it, okay. So today we are going to continue the same exercise 9.2. We will see some of the questions which are very important. So let's see the fifth question. In an AP, if pth term is 1 by q and qth term is 1 by p, prove that the sum of first pq term is half pq plus 1 where p is not equal to q. So let's see how to solve this question. Now if you see this question, AP is given to be 1 by q and AQ is given to be 1 by p. You have to prove that SPQ is equal to half of PQ plus 1. So you have to remember what is the nth term of an AP. AN is equal to, क्या था? AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. So here it's given that AP is equal to 1 by Q. So if you will take A as the first term and D with the common difference, then you can write this AP is equal to 1 by Q as A plus P minus 1 into D is equal to 1 by Q. This is your equation number 1. Now when you go for the second part, that is AQ is equal to 1 by P, which can be written as A plus Q minus 1 into D is equal to 1 by P, which is equation number 2. Now what we will do, because to prove SPQ is equal to half of PQ plus 1, you need the first term and you need the common difference, right? So what you are going to do here, you will subtract 1 and 2. So when you subtract it, you will observe that A plus P minus 1 D minus A, this plus will change to minus because here is a minus sign, minus Q minus 1 into D will be equal to 1 by Q minus 1 by P, right? Now in the next step, you'll see here this 1 gets cancels out. So you can take D common. So when you take D common, P minus 1 minus Q plus 1. Why it is plus 1? Because minus gets multiplied with this minus sign and you are getting plus 1. That which will be equal to, you have to cross multiply P minus Q by PQ, right? Now here you observe that 1 gets cancels out. So D into P minus Q will be is equal to P minus Q by PQ, and this P minus Q also cancels out, and finally you are getting 1 by PQ as D. So you got the common difference. Now the question is you have to find the value of A. So what you will do here, you will substituting in equation 1. You will substitute in equation 1. So when you substitute the value of D in equation 1, you are going to get A plus P minus 1 into D is 1 by PQ is equal to 1 by Q. So simplify, A will be equal to 1 by Q minus P minus 1 by PQ. Take 1 by Q common and you are getting 1 minus P minus 1 by P, okay. And after simplification, you will observe that the value of A is 1 by PQ. So you got the value of D as 1 by PQ and also A as 1 by PQ. Now you have to prove that the sum to PQ term is half of PQ plus 1. So what you will do here, you will find SPQ. Now you all know sum to n terms of an AP is what? If the first term is A and D is the common difference, the formula is n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. So what you will do here, in place of n you are going to write PQ by 2. 2A means what is the value of A? You got it, 1 by PQ. So 2 into 1 by PQ plus n minus 1. So it is PQ minus 1 into D is again 1 by PQ. So PQ by 2, you are getting 2 by PQ plus PQ minus 1 by PQ. Now you will multiply inside this PQ by 2 inside the bracket. So you are getting, you see that this PQ and PQ gets cancels out, 2 and 2 also cancel out, you are getting 1 here. Plus here also when it gets multiplied with the second term, PQ gets cancels out and you are getting PQ minus 1 by half, which is 1 plus PQ by 2 minus half. Simplify 1 and half, you will see you are finally getting half of PQ plus 1, that is SPQ. And this is what you want to prove, that SPQ is equal to half of PQ plus 1. I hope this question is clear. Very simple. When you read the question carefully, just find out what is the given thing and what is to be proved. And if you want to prove SPQ, you have to remember that you need the first term and you also need the common difference. So for that, they will definitely give you a condition. With the help of that condition, find the value of A and D, substitute in that term and get the answer. So this is your fifth question. Now moving on to the next question, which is eighth one, which is again very important. If the sum of n terms of an AP is Pn plus Qn square, where P and Q are constant, find the common difference. So to prove this question, just see what are the things given to you. Here you have to find the value of D. Okay, so what are the things given? Sum to n terms of an AP. That means Sn is given to be Pn plus Qn square, Pn plus Qn square. Okay, so Pn plus Qn square is given to you, where P and Q are constant. Find the common difference. Now you know what is the meaning of common difference. Common difference means if you have got the sequence A1, A2, A3, etc., An. So if you want to find the common difference, which is A2 minus A1, right? So suppose if you have a sequence 1, 3, 5, etc., right? How to find the sum to first term? Here if you carefully observe, sum to first term means it is the first term 1, which is your A1, means the first term and the sum to first term both are same. Now when you talk about the sum to first two term, the meaning is first term plus second term, means 1 plus 3. So sum to first two term means A1 plus A2 and sum to first term means A1, correct? So using this concept we can find the common difference here. Now how to proceed here? We have to first find S1, means when you put the first term A1 to find A1, that means you have to put in place of n as 1. So you are getting S1 is equal to P into 1 plus Q into 1 square, which is P plus Q, and this is actually your A1 only, first term only, right? You can name it as equation number 1. Now to get the second term, sum to two terms of an AP means, which is A1 plus A2. Now A1 plus A2 means you have to substitute in place of n as 2. So when you substitute in place of n as 2, what you are going to get? P into 2 plus Q into 2 square, that is 4. Here 2P plus 4Q. So you got A1 plus A2 as 2P plus 4Q. What we will do now, we will substitute the value of A1 as P plus Q here. So P plus Q plus A2 is equal to 2P plus 4Q. Okay. Now we will simplify this and we will get the value of A2 as 2P plus 4Q. We will take this P plus Q to other side. So it is minus P minus Q, and here you are getting P plus 3Q as A2. So you got the value of A2 as P plus 3Q and you got the value of A1 as P plus Q. Now we know common difference D is your A2 minus A1. So what you will do? You will substitute the value of A2 as P plus 3Q minus the first term P minus Q. Why it is minus? Because here it is plus but here it is minus sign. So minus into plus, it is minus. PP gets cancels out and 3Q minus Q is your 2Q. So you got the common difference D is equal to 2q. So this is a very good question, like if you are given sum to n terms of a sequence, and from that you can find the first term and the second term, and you can easily find the common difference. I hope this question is clear to you. Moving on to the next question, which is the 11th one. You can see in my slide here, some of the first P, Q and R terms of an AP are A, B and C respectively. Prove that A by P, Q minus R plus B by Q, R minus P plus C by R, P minus Q is equal to 0. So if you see here, given is SP is equal to A, SQ is equal to B and SR is equal to C. You have to prove that A by P, Q minus R plus B by Q, R minus P plus C by R, P minus Q is equal to 0. This is what you want to prove it. Okay. Now we will start with the given thing. Before that you have to take, let capital A be the first term and D be the common difference. Common difference. So capital A be the first term, because already small a is given here. So we have taken capital A to be the first term and D be the common difference. So since it is given that SP is equal to A, sum to P terms is your A. So how can you write the formula here? The formula will be P by 2 first term capital A plus N minus 1 means P minus 1. In place of small d, you will write down capital D, because we have taken capital D to be the common difference, is equal to A. Now here what I am doing here, half 2A plus P minus 1 into D will be is equal to A by P. I have taken this P here. Why? Because we need A by P here. Okay, that is why I have taken P here. Then what I will do, since you have to, whenever you are getting a question to prove that, you have to see what you want to prove, and accordingly you have to set the question, right. So here if you observe, Q minus R is multiplied with AP. So what I am doing here, first of all what I am doing, I am multiplying half inside. So when you multiply half inside, you are going to get capital A, because 2 gets cancels out, and here you are getting P minus 1 into D by 2 is equal to A by P. After that, multiplying both sides by Q minus R, because we need A by P into Q minus R. So what you will get finally, A plus P minus 1 by 2D into Q minus R will be equal to A by P into Q minus R. Okay, this is your equation number 1. Then you will take the second one, which is SQ is equal to B. So SQ is equal to B, again sum to Q terms. So Q by 2, 2A plus Q minus 1 into D is equal to B. Again what I will do, because I need B by Q, I will take this Q here to the right hand side. So and multiply half inside, 2 gets cancels out. So A plus Q minus 1 by 2 into D is equal to B by Q. Then what I will do, since I know, if you see here carefully what is to be proved, B by Q into R minus P. So what I will do, I will multiply both sides by R minus P. So what you will get, A plus Q minus 1 by 2 into D multiplied by R minus P is equal to B by Q into R minus P, right. Name it as equation number 2. Now again we will find SR. SR is equal to C, it is given. So again what you will do here, when you find sum to R terms, you will observe that directly you can write A plus, you will finally get R minus 1 by 2 into D is equal to, no, it will be multiplied with what, P minus Q. that will be equal to, you are getting C by R into P minus Q. Okay. 2, you have solved it. The third one, similarly you can write one. Similarly, since SR is equal to C, you can write it down it as A plus R minus 1 by 2 into D into P minus Q is equal to C by R into P minus Q. This is your equation number 3. Now what you will do? You need A by P Q minus R plus B by Q R minus P plus C by R P minus Q is equal to 0. So adding equation 1, 2 and 3. Adding equation 1, 2 and 3, you are going to get what? See here, the first equation is A plus P minus 1 by 2 into D multiplied by Q minus R plus the second equation is A plus Q minus 1 by 2 into D multiplied with R minus P plus the third equation is A plus R minus 1 by 2 into D multiplied with P minus Q is equal to C by R P minus Q. So you got the left hand side. Okay, you got the left hand side. Now right hand side will be A by P Q minus R plus B by Q R minus P plus C by R P minus Q. So right hand side A by P Q minus R plus B by Q R minus P plus C by R P minus Q. Now you have to simplify this. You have to prove this is equal to 0. So you got the right hand side as this one, A by P Q minus R plus B by Q R minus P plus C by R P minus Q. You have to simplify this and see whether you are getting 0 or not. And of course you will be getting 0 when you multiply here. See, when you open the bracket, you are going to get here A. If you take A common, everywhere you have got A. So if you take A common, you are getting Q minus R plus R minus P plus P minus Q. And if you take D common, A into Q minus R plus R minus P plus P minus Q plus D into, you will see you are getting P minus 1 into Q minus R by 2 plus Q minus 1 into R minus P by 2 plus R minus 1 into P minus Q by 2. Okay, that will be equal to this right hand side, that is A by P Q minus R plus B by Q R minus P plus C by R P minus Q. And you will observe that when you simplify this, the answer will be everything here itself. You can see everything cancels out. Here also when you simplify, you will observe everything cancels out and you will be getting the answer as 0. And hence we have proved that A by P Q minus R plus B by Q R minus P plus C by R P minus Q is equal to 0. Very important question from the examination point of view, because simply it is given SP, SQ, SR is given. Apply the formula for sum to n terms. Okay, and after that you have to add all the 3 equations. See what is to be asked, what is to be proved. That is very very important. So जो proof करना है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए जब आप करोगे इसको solve, तब आप इसको आसानी से कर सकेंगे. Hope this question is clear to you. Before moving on to the next question, you should first know what is an arithmetic mean. Okay, we have already studied arithmetic progression. In that we have got one very important topic, that is arithmetic mean. Now what is the meaning of arithmetic mean? Mean, this word is very much familiar to you because you have already studied mean in the 10th standard. But here what is the meaning of arithmetic mean? So if you see in my slide here, if 3 terms are in AP, then the middle term is called arithmetic mean of the other 2. That is, if A, B, C are in AP, then B is equal to A plus C by 2. B is the arithmetic mean of A and B. Now what does it mean? Let us suppose that A, B, C are in AP. Okay. Now when these 3 terms are in AP, we know that B minus A is equal to C minus B. Common difference. Okay. So b minus a is equal to c minus b. B you take it here, this side. So b plus b is equal to c plus a, or you can say a plus c. So b plus b is 2b and b is equal to a plus c by 2. This is your arithmetic mean. So what is the meaning of arithmetic mean? If 3 terms are in AP, then the middle term is called the arithmetic mean of the other two, right? Now what happens if you have n terms between two terms? If you want to insert n terms between the two terms, what will be the arithmetic mean and how to find the terms? Now let's see here. Suppose you have A and B, two terms, and you want to insert n terms. So let A1, A2, A3, etc. An. Okay. You have n terms. Now, can you tell me what will be the position of B if you count it from 1? This is your n terms. What will be the position of B? This is n plus 2th term. Now I know, big question on your mind, that how you got n plus 2th term. See, one example I will tell you. Suppose you want to insert 3 terms between A and B. Now if you count it from here, you will observe that this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and the position of B is 5th term. That means 3 term you have inserted, the position of B is 5th term. You have to add 2. Why? Because A is also there, B is also there. So that is how you got B to be n plus 2th term. Now what we will do here? So that means you can say that A n plus 2 is your B. Okay. So what is the formula of A n plus 2? We know A n is what? A plus n minus 1 into D. So here it is A plus n minus 1 in place of n minus 1, n plus 2 minus 1 into D is equal to B. So A plus, here it is n plus 1 into D is equal to B. So A plus n plus 1 D is equal to B. So if you want to find the value of D, it will be B minus A by n plus 1. So this is the common difference. You got it? B minus A n plus 1. So if you want to insert numbers between two numbers, so that two given numbers, so that the numbers are in AP, you can easily find the numbers between A and B by using this formula D is equal to B minus A by n plus 1. ठीक है? अगर ये difficult लग रहा है आपको याद करने, आप normal way में भी find out कर सकते हैं. We will do one question जिसमें मैं बताऊंगी आपको कि कैसे आप normal way में इसको find out कर सकते हैं. Otherwise, you can use this formula also to find the numbers between A and B. So let's see one question here. Insert, this is the question number 14th of your NCERT textbook. Insert 5 numbers between 8 and 26 such that the resulting sequence is an AP. See, you have to insert 5 numbers between 8 and 26. So let us take 5 numbers. Let A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5 be 5 numbers which has to be inserted between 8 and let A1, A2, A3, A4 and 5 be the 5 numbers to be inserted between, to be inserted between 8 and 26. 8 and 26. What happens? 8, that means 8, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 and 26 are in AP. Definitely, because we are inserting A1, A2. The question is insert 5 numbers between 8 and 26 that the resulting sequence is in AP. So since 8, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A26 are in AP, this will be the last term. You can use the formula which just now I explained you, D is equal to B minus A by n plus 1. Okay, you can find D, and here A is your 8 and you can easily find D from there, and you can calculate all the terms between 8 and 26. There is one more method in which you can find the value of A1, A2, A3, A4 and 5. which is, if you carefully see, this 26 is which term? 26 here, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is your A7. A7 is 26. When you apply the formula, we know that A7 is A plus 7 minus 1 into D is equal to 26, where the value of A, you can write it down it as 8 plus 6D is equal to 26. Now get the value of D from here, 26 minus 8. So 6D is equal to 18. So D will be is equal to 18 by 6, which is 3. Right? So you got the value of D as 3. Now D you know, 8 you know, you can easily find the rest of the value, because we know that what is A1? The first term is your 8. A1 means you have to add 8 plus 3, which is 11. A2 will be 11 plus 3, which is 14, and A3 is your 14 plus 3, you are getting 17. A4 is your 17 plus 3, 20, and A5 is your 20 plus 3, 23, and the last term is 23. When you add with 3, you are getting 26. So this is one method of finding D and finding the terms between these two, 8 and 26. The other method is, as I told you just now, I have explained you arithmetic mean. Simply you can use the formula D is equal to B minus A by N plus 1. You will directly get the value of D and you can calculate A1, A2, A3, A4 and 5. This is a very important question. So I hope this question is clear to you. Moving on to the next question, which is, if A to the power N plus B to the power N by A to the power N minus 1 plus B to the power N minus 1 is the arithmetic mean between A and B, then find the value of N. It's already given that A to the power N plus B to the power N by A power N minus 1 plus B power N minus 1 is the arithmetic mean. So what you will do here, see here, this is given to be arithmetic mean. Okay. What is the formula of arithmetic mean? Just now I have explained you that if 3 terms are in arithmetic mean, that means the middle term can be written as A plus C by 2. So here the 2 terms are A and B, and this is the middle term, A to the power N, this term is the middle term. So this can be written as A plus B by 2. Right? When you cross multiply, you are getting is equal to A into A N minus 1 plus this gets multiplied with this, again with this. So A B to the power N minus 1 plus B A to the power N minus 1 plus B B to the power N minus 1. Right? Now if you see here, 2A to the power N plus 2B to the power N, you can simplify this. So finally you are getting what? A to the power N only. Powers can be added. So 1 plus N minus 1, 1 gets cancels out, you are getting A to the power N, and here write it down like that, and here you are getting, again simplify B to the power N. So this term you can simplify with this term, and this term you can subtract with this term. So you are getting what? Finally you are getting A to the power N plus B to the power N is equal to A B N minus 1 plus B A N minus 1. Now after that you have to simplify. Now here the simplification part is little difficult. ठीक है ना, थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे difficulty है आपको simplify करने के लिए. Now if you see here what I have done, A to the power N minus 1 B I have combined with A power N, and B to the power N I have combined with AB raised to N minus 1. So here which term you are going to take common? If you take A minus 1, A to the power N minus 1 common, you are going to get B minus A, and here if you take B to the power N minus 1 common, you are going to get B minus A here. Okay. So this 2 gets cancels out, and finally you are getting, if you take like this, you are getting 1. So A to the power N minus 1 by B to the power N minus 1 is 1. Now how to find the value of N here? See, A by B raised to N minus 1 is your 1. So this 1 I can write it down 7 to the power 0 or 6 to the power 0, anything I can write down to the power 0. Since we need A by B here, so what I am doing here, I am just writing in place of 1 as A by B power 0, so that the base will be same and you can find the value of N as n minus 1 is equal to 0 since the base is same here. So, n is 1 here. So, this is again a very important question, and I think when the concept of arithmetic mean is clear to you, this question is very easy. ठीक है, आप आराम से इसको कर सकते हैं. So students, I hope the questions which I have discussed today is clear to you. In the next class we will again meet with some more topics. Okay, till then thank you so much and take care of yourself.